Hello everyone, this is Nick, and welcome to my next episode on Deep Rock Galactic for beginners. So, you've picked up the game, you've gotten familiarized with the space rig and how a lot of things work, you've played a couple of missions, you've unlocked some new weapons, you've had a few beers, mined a bunch of resources, and slaughtered hordes of bugs. What next? Well, in this video, we're going to explore Dwarf Promotion and everything that entails. First things first, to promote a dwarf, you need to get them to character level 25. That's the red level assigned to each of the 4 dwarf characters, and not the blue level that is assigned to your player account. Once you hit level 25, you will open up the possibility of accepting and starting a promotion assignment from the assignment board for that specific dwarf character. You will need to complete 4 missions on Hogsheads 4 to finish this assignment, and one note of high importance is that you can do these 4 missions with other dwarf characters that you are not currently promoting. This is extremely valuable information if you want to min-max your progress through Deep Rock Galactic, as you will not gain any experience for your blue player level if you go around finishing missions with a level 25 dwarf. The way your blue player level works is that you gain 1 blue level for any combination of 3 red dwarf levels. If you gain 3 red levels with 1 dwarf, you will gain 1 blue player level. If you gain 1 red level on 3 separate dwarves, you will gain 1 blue player level. A level 25 dwarf cannot progress further than level 25, so any and all experience gained from a mission will be completely nullified and contribute absolutely nothing to your blue player level, despite a mission screen stating that you gained experience. Once you have successfully completed your 4th promotion assignment mission, you will be notified by management that your dwarf character is now eligible for promotion, and directed to the Memorial Hall to complete this promotion. There are a few ways of getting to the Memorial Hall. The most used and most obvious is up the elevator in between the equipment terminal and the pickaxe customization terminal that is clearly labeled to the Memorial Hall. You really can't miss it. Once in the Memorial Hall, there is a terminal at the far end that you can activate to see which dwarf is eligible for a promotion, and purchase said promotion provided you have the credits and mineral resources to do so. This cost will increase quite substantially the higher up the promotion ladder you go with each individual dwarf character. Fear not, once you're done purchasing all the weapon mods, armor mods, and support tool mods for all your dwarves over time, you start to roll in cash and minerals. Once promoted, your dwarf character will earn a promotion badge letting other players know of your status, and your character level will be reset back down to level 1. Allowing you to resume experience gain with that dwarf. There are no debuffs or malices for promoting a dwarf other than character level reset. You will not lose any equipment, mod upgrades, or cosmetic items, so there is no reason not to promote a character unless you cannot sacrifice the payment just yet. Your very first promotion on each dwarf, the badge rank of Bronze 1, will open up a wide array of new things for that dwarf. First and foremost, it will open up your 2nd active perk slot, allowing you to play with a larger scope of variety than before. Equally as important as the 2nd active perk slot, you will now have the ability to select a weapon overclock for your class weapons, provided you have purchased at least 1 weapon upgrade mod for each tier, and have an overclock for that weapon as well. A promoted dwarf will also automatically receive something called a Tridolite key with infinite uses that can be used to start up any machine event that has a chance to spawn in a regular non-deep dive mission on Hogsheads 4. Speaking of deep dives, a promoted dwarf can also now partake in deep dives, both regular and elite, ergo opening up the deep dive terminal for you. Finally, having at least 1 promoted dwarf opens up the Forge terminal for your player account, allowing you to obtain weapon overclocks and extra cosmetic items for each of your dwarves. To properly understand how the Forge works, we have to talk about Matrix Cores. Matrix Cores are items you gain through completing a weekly assignment and through regular and elite deep dives. To unlock the weekly Core Hunt assignment, you have to complete a one-time 9-mission assignment called Breach the Core that will be available to you after your very first dwarf promotion. where you will earn your first 3 weapon overclock cores and 3 cosmetic cores. The weekly assignment and deep dives all give 3 cores each in the form of 1 blank matrix core, 1 weapon overclock infused matrix core, and 1 cosmetic infused matrix core. Deep dive core awards are also on a weekly timer, which resets every Thursday. This means that every week you will be able to earn a maximum of 9 total cores in the form of 3 blank cores, 3 weapon cores, and 3 cosmetic cores. Once you have obtained these cores, you have to actually forge them in the Forge Terminal for a cost. You will need to spend credits and several mineral resources to craft each core you get your hands on, so make sure you've got a decent chunk of money on you. Don't just go spending all your hard-earned riches in the accessory shop. For every 5 cores you forge in this terminal, you will gain 1 level of something called Forge Mastery, which simply means you will be given a free infused core to forge. Every level of Forge Mastery alternates between a cosmetic core and a weapon overclock core, but are still completely random within those parameters. Hopefully you get something you want. There are currently a total of 98 weapon overclocks in Deep Rock Galactic, and if you turn every blank matrix core you get into a weapon overclock, it will take a minimum of 14 weeks to get all of them. Therefore, I highly recommend that you turn all your blank matrix cores into weapon overclocks before cosmetic ones. But Nick, you might ask, how do I turn my blank matrix core into a weapon overclock core? Well, this is where the Tritolite key you were given upon your promotion comes into play. Remember how I briefly mentioned machine events earlier on? Well, hopefully by now you have come across one in your adventures, as they are loads of fun. There's a chance a machine event will spawn in a regular, non-deep dive mission that you can activate with your Tritolite key. Activating this event will start a small encounter that you will have to overcome to be able to plug your blank matrix core into the key box to choose what you would like to infuse your core with. I'll go over machine events in more detail in another video, but once you have successfully completed an event and plugged in your matrix core, you will be given an option between 2 random weapon overclock infusions on either side of a holo display that pops up, or a random cosmetic infusion in the middle. You have no say in what specific core you get, only what dwarf you get it for. The outcome will be chosen from whatever is left in that dwarf's loot table. Keep in mind that you will need to complete a machine event per blank core. You will not be able to plug 3 blank cores into a singular completed machine event. That being said, even if you don't have a blank matrix core to get a reward for, it is still worthwhile to activate and complete a machine event, as they are a nice source of experience. One final note, we're going to go back to the deep dives I mentioned earlier. A deep dive is a lengthier mission composed of 3 stages you have to progress through to earn each core reward. These deep dive missions are not randomly generated the way a regular mission is, and is actually a seeded mission where the layout stays the same for the entire week, allowing you to learn and revisit it if you are having trouble with it at first. Each stage of a deep dive will have 2 primary objectives that are mandatory to complete before moving on, and any mined and banked resources will transfer between levels. This includes both resources stored in Molly in the pod, and resources in your mineral pouches at the time of entering the drop pod when progressing to a next stage. You will keep any cores earned in each individual stage of a deep dive, but keep in mind that if you do fail at any stage and want all 3 cores from a deep dive, you will have to start all over again from stage 1. Regular deep dives are on average about a Hazard 3 difficulty, more or less, while Elite deep dives are on average Hazard 5-ish, with slight variations in difficulty for both. So if you're looking to take part in Elite deep dives, keep practicing Minor, and stay away from that filthy Leaf Lover beer. I hope you enjoyed this look at Dwarf Promotion and everything it opens up for you. Even if you knew most of this stuff, I hope there was at least something new that maybe you didn't know before. Who knows, maybe I got something wrong and you could teach me a thing or two. That's kind of the purpose of these videos. If that is the case, leave me a comment down below and let me know what's what. Either way, keep an eye out for future videos about Deep Rock Galactic on my channel. I'm currently having a blast grinding my way up the ranks, and hope I can inspire more people to do the same. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, rockin' stone.
Rockin' stone!
Rockin' stone! Rock to the bone!
Good work. We're putting you back in.